you guys. Today I'm going to talk about My Wife Season 6 reunion, if that's what you want to call it. It was ridiculous. It was pointless. We didn't really get nothing resolved. They didn't ask the right questions. Um, it was like watching the next 15 because it was like the scenes behind the scenes. So it started with everybody meeting up or whatever at the hotel, and the producers is putting all of them in their individual rooms and giving them footage to watch. He gave them footage that made the show and footage that didn't make the show. And I was like, shit, the footage that didn't make the show, I would have rather watched. I'm just saying. But the whole thing was stupid because Drita was annoying the shit out of me. Drita was really annoying the shit out of me because I'm with Karen. Like, it just felt like she had so much to hide because she didn't want to sit down and watch the videos. And then she made a statement about, Karen had said something about people is in jail because of her. And she was like, is that going to make TV? Like, she was scared. Oh, I don't want that to make TV and all that. I'm like, why? She gonna say, because she up there making up lies. And I'm like, if she making up lies, why are we not going to confront these lies? You just want to fight. Why you not confronting every lie that she supposedly said? That's why I believe Karen on this whole situation with Drita. But they're watching it. That shit was funny when they were talking. Renee was watching the footage where her and Carla was fighting, and Carla walked in. I was like, these producers is so messy. But Karen was mad as hell. She was calling her all kind of names. They yelling at the damn screen like somebody can hear them. And then when they finally, everybody leave the hotel and they individually going to the little sit down warehouse place that they met up at the last time. And so first it was Renee and Karen, and they were talking about, how the whole show got started in the first place and why Renee felt the way she felt about Karen being on the show. And Renee did admit to, because she was scared of what everybody else was going to think, but you can tell that they were all really old school friends or whatever. And they were showing how it was pitched, how Renee's sister pitched the idea to them, and how they always just trying to feed their family. They really ain't about their life. They families are, but they really wasn't about that life. And how their families was mad about them doing the show and stuff like that. But everything was supposed to have been about these women coming together, making money for their families, because most of the men were in jail, and that was a way to feed their family. And then all of a sudden it just got twisted. And Drita keeps saying because Karen brought up men, and I'm like, no, you kind of brought that up. You made it a whole thing of when you end up talking to Lee about Karen writing that book. You brought all of your man up into it anyway. And like Renee was saying, like, we all have talked about each other's men's fathers, whatever. It was shown that Drita was talking about not bringing Karen back for season 5 because her daddy was Sammy the Bull, and so she like, you talking about bringing men into it, but you was talking about my father. She was like, but I wasn't talking about your baby daddy and all this kind of stuff. Ooh, and she said something about Karen baby daddy. Karen got bucked real quick. But they ended up, let's get this out the way because it was so sad to see. They brought Big Angie in for a second to talk about her time on the show and how she really loved all the girls, but I really don't even want to talk about her because it was just sad to see Big Angie on there. But they did bring up how Big Angie and Renee really got heated and stuff like that because of Drita was all up in Big Angie's ear. She was instigating the whole situation, and they showed the back scenes of Drita all up in Big Angie's ear talking about what her sister is, the producers of the show, and she was threatening to quit all the damn time. I was like, bitch, bye. Well, nobody been mad if Drita would have left. Well, she got fans. Let me not say that. But I wouldn't have cared. After a while, when Drita first came on, I was feeling her. But then it just got to the point where she just kept thinking she hard. And I always say the biggest bitch with the mouth is the one to fall, because they ain't really about that. They just use their mouth to intimidate people. And that's her. She really used her mouth to intimidate people. But when they all met up, or whatever, she ended up coming in. And she waits till she gets by the table and say, get up, Karen, and then try to sucker punch Karen. But somehow Karen and Carla was over the table. Security hurried up and covered them up, so she really didn't get no hit in. But I was just like, that was a punk move. Why you didn't say, get up, Karen? Let her get up and then square up the fight. I mean, I know y'all gonna say, oh, this because of the security, because my sister was trying to tell me that earlier. Oh, because of the security, and she knew the security was gonna rush her. No, fuck all that. Bitch, you know where Karen stay. Karen know where you stay. Bitch, you got her number, because y'all always calling to meet up. So, if you really wanted to be about that life and fight her, you wouldn't have tried to sneak her like that. Then they had to separate them and put them in different rooms, because she was like, I'm not sitting in no room with no rat. I'm not sitting in no room. And I'm like, what is she rat about? I'm still questioning, what did Karen so much rat about? Her dad was labeled a rat. So that means she's a rat? Like, I don't understand, what is she rat about? Because you've been throwing out little shit too, so do that make you a rat? I don't know. I just didn't get that part. But she wouldn't sit down and talk like a grown-up. And when she did, they really didn't get nothing resolved and squared away, because she didn't want to talk like a grown-up. She tried to go at Carla. She tried to go at Renee. Renee was like, what the fuck did I do? Like, what is your problem? Like, she was calling all of them rats. And I'm sitting there like, girl, you on here telling about your husband a bank robber. Who's a rat? I'm just saying. I would have been like, my husband is in business and banking, but I'm not going to keep saying, oh, he a bank robber. I don't give a fuck if he is in jail. Y'all can pull it up on record. Bitch, no, you're not going to hear me say it. No. So, bitch, he in the banking. That's what people about that life is going to say. I don't know what these bitches tell on, say all rats, because they quick to tell on each other. What else happened? Now, please don't get me wrong, because me and my sister argued about this too this morning. I wouldn't fuck with Karen either. On a personal side, I wouldn't fuck with Karen either. I like her on the show. But as far as personal, me being cool with her, hell to the no. That bitch get mad and tell everything. They brought in the two sidekicks that didn't need to be on the show. They wasn't relevant. They talked about some bullshit that we didn't care about. Brittany say that she just hot-headed. She pops off. Drita did not own up to a lot of shit that they kept on pulling out for her. They kept on saying, you said this. She was like, she was like, when did I say that? And then they rolled footage and she's still not owning up to shit she did. But them two sidekicks came in, they said what they had to say, and then they had to go. I was like, what the fuck? It was so heated that they couldn't even sit down and have a real sit down. They couldn't have a real reunion. It was so much unanswered to me questions. Marissa's still sticking by that Karen didn't say it, and I don't understand why Drita just don't say, you know what, I did jump the gun. I did jump the gun when it came to her. But I was like, girl, whatever. But that's all I got. It really wasn't that much to this episode. If I forgot something, it really wasn't nothing. But yeah, I wish all the girls luck. I hope everything, works out for them and all that good stuff. But That's all I got for the reunion. Tell me what y'all thought about it. I thought it was some bullshit to be a reunion and to be the finale reunion of My Vibes. I thought that was some bullshit. Rest in peace to Big Ange. Follow me on all social media by the Ghetto View, THA, not TAT, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.